What's going on, everyone? My name is Myles Farrington, and I'm here with my co-hosts,
Adam Leonard
and Jordan Loeffler.
And we're here to bring you MONG Podcast, episode 147, the one about PSX 2016. I need to make that a little addendum to the title, otherwise, they'll get confused from last year's PSX. Anyway, as per usual, we're here to bring you the news. This week's going to be a little special just because PSX happened, and we're going to include a little bit of stuff from TGA, mainly the Game Awards, mainly one specific thing, but you'll see about that later. Beyond that, what's been going on with the site, Mr. Editor-in-Chief? ESE?
The website. Okay, so since last episode, we have a Pokemon Sun and Moon review by Brett Williams. Jeremy Lelecheur wrote the MONG Game of the Month for November. You can go there, check that out. News. Jesse Webster's recap of the PlayStation Experience 2016 is up. We'll basically be going over that here, but you should definitely check that out. Yeah, I think has some thoughts on it at the end. Chris Cobb's 4 Reasons to be Excited for Dead Rising 4. And Brett Williams' editorial about whether or not Sony announced The Last of Us Part 2 too early. And I also put up it's the breakdown of the trailer. Something that I'll probably be bringing up during the podcast today anyways. So.
All right. Good stuff. As per usual, if you all want to join us with the MONG crew, I guess. Yeah, if you want to write for us, make videos, make music, make art, make I don't know, man, something to help my carpal tunnel. Whatever you want to do, if you think you have a skill that we would find valuable, or even if you don't think we find it valuable, send in an application. You should be able to find it at the bottom of wherever you're watching or listening to this. And if you're on the website, it's look in the top bar up there. It's up there somewhere. But yes, regardless of what your skill is, you should send us an application, and we can see if we can find a place for you, because we are a equal opportunity place and such. There you go. I need to put my phone down because I'm being distracted. Anyway, moving on from that. Well, anyway, there's a new happening. Lord Jesus Crust, our most adamant and ever-present mod, has set up a Discord for you fans out there. I was going to be fancy and put it down... Nope, there we go. Put it down there right now, but I kind of forgot, and I'm not going to mess with OBS right now. So, if you want to check out that Discord, it'll be in chat. Lord Jesus Christ, you want to put that in chat? And beyond that, what?
So enlighten me real quick, because I'm kind of like the old grandpa of the podcast here, and I'm not up with all these cool kids technology. Mm-hmm. What is Discord exactly? I took a look for a second. While I was at work, but why don't you pitch it to me?
Okay. Do you know what TeamSpeak is?
I've got a vague idea. It's basically something you use when playing video games to have like party chat, yeah?
Yes, it's that, but more aimed towards gamers and gaming tendencies and such. So pretty much if you go in Discord, you have options of there's global chat. You can message your friends. You can talk with people with your headsets and your headsets and your mics, and be a technological kid, or you can type with people and send pictures and GIFs and videos, and it's a wonderful, it's a wonderful little thing. It's very useful. So a lot of, I know a lot of streamers and such have their own little Discords where they can, have people hang out and either pull them for games or whatever. So yeah, that's what our Discord's going to be. I'm not going to promise that we're going to pull anyone from it for the podcast, because we don't use Discord for the podcast, but you should definitely go in there and hang out with Jesus Christ, chat about whatever you want to. Don't be a dick. I think those are probably the general rules. But yes, if you want to link to that Discord, it maybe is in chat, maybe, and if it's not, then I'm going to link it at the bottom of this video and podcast, so there's ample ways to find out how to get there. There we go. There it is. It's in chat. There we are. But moving on from that, this week in our lives, let's speed through it, I guess. Go ahead, Adam.
Final Fantasy 15. Been playing it. It's fun, if uneven. like the high notes. A lot of people have been complaining about the US dubbing of the game.
Mm.
I don't think it's bad per se. Like I think the voices aren't cheesy, but I do find like the US dubbing a little bit perplexed because essentially, it all takes place in like one like fictional fantasy kingdom. And like the majority of the characters, and particularly the lead characters, have like kind of just neutral accents, like just like anywhere, any non-regional US kind of town type of thing. But then it's like really weird because they decide for like absolutely like no reason or no logic to insert accents into the game. And so most everybody talks very similar, except like one of your party members is like British for some reason, and you come across like some people that have like hillbilly like dialects, and for some reason some guy's like a New Yorker all of a sudden, and it's just kind of like a little bit jarring. Because it's not consistent, and it just kind of feels like randomly placed. It's just a little weird. I'm finding that it's really easy to outlevel the game. Like I've been doing a lot of side missions, and so currently I'm about double the level of the story missions right now. Combat's fun and really confusing. You basically hold down a button and watch a whole bunch of stuff happen.
Well, can't complain about that, I guess. Beyond all that, you said you have been enjoying it though. It's fun. Right?
Yeah, it's like a big world. There's lots of stuff to do. If you're somebody who likes to do, likes those kind of games where you can just do all the little side missions and like this, that, or the other and explore, great game for that. Yeah, I'm enjoying my time.
Okay.
Cool. Jordan, what have you been up to?
Not a whole hell of a lot.
All right.
Yeah, I finally bought Wolfenstein: The New Order, and I haven't put it in yet. I'm just kind of waiting for the right time. But it's been busy. I'm gone next week, and so it's been a lot of planning for that trip. So.
Well, being an adult is hard. It's hard being an adult.
Yeah.
Where will you be going, Jordan?
I'm going to Jamaica.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of a very, very belated honeymoon for myself and my wife. We never went on one, so.
Nice.
That's good then. That's very nice. Hope you all enjoy your Christmas in the warmth.
Thanks.
Are you guys doing like one of those like all-inclusive resorts? What you doing up there?
It's not an all-inclusive. It's so we kind of splurged a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of our first trip, like just the two of us really. And it's just kind of a relaxation trip. We're not like going to be, climbing any mountains or anything like that. But it's like it's at a hotel where you can like rent out your own little villa, and it's like right on the rocks that are basically jutting out over the ocean. And so if there's a hurricane, we're screwed. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But no, we're just gonna be basically lounging around and taking it easy. Just kind of trying to enjoy the weather and some time off from work.
Nice. I hope there's not a hurricane. I don't want to find another third chair.
But I'll probably be playing like the hell out of my Vita on the way there, and probably while we're there. So I'm sure I'll be able to bring back a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, I tried out Let It Die since that finally came out. If you don't know
How was that?
It's got a lot of things I like, but there's a few things that I don't like that might be ruining it for me. I don't like the idea of someone... there's an offline raiding system, essentially, where people can raid your little main hub, and if you have people defending it, they can steal your characters, essentially. And I'm like, these characters have stats and stuff, and gear, and the gear breaks, but they have stats. I don't want to re-level my characters. So it's fun, but that's an aspect that has kind of turned me off of it, mainly because you can't opt out of that once you activate it, but there are things that you have to... there's things behind the wall of activating it that kind of halt your progression if you don't. So I don't know if I'm actually going to keep playing or not, but if you don't know what it is, it's Suda 51, so that's like Killer 7 and No Man's Sky. No More Heroes. He made those games.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his project. It's free to play. It's like Dark Souls, but with a I wouldn't say modern twist, but it's like if you took Dead Rising and the way they make weapons and stuff and mixed it with Dark Souls, because it's a lot of zany weapons like a buzzsaw that you have that you just like punch people with, and it's nonsensical as one would expect from Suda51, but it's good. I enjoyed it. Go ahead.
So I always get like a little bit wary when I hear the words free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like is there like microtransactions or anything like that to fund the game?
There is, but the game came out 2 days ago and their store isn't even up yet, so I did not have to deal with those. There will be though. I'm not sure. The one thing that they have up right now is okay, Suda51's only a producer, but it does feel very him, because I mean it came out of Grasshopper Studios, which was his baby. So, but yes, there are microtransaction. They have something called metal skulls, death skulls. I forget what they're called. They're like rainbow skulls that you use to buy certain things. Whether that's like instead of having to start over at your hub area when you die, you can you can revive right then with the same amount of with full health and all that good stuff. So like if someone killed you, you can wait for them to turn around, revive, and then kill them, which I've done many a times. So that's like a thing that you can do with them, but also it lets you expand your space and your inventories and stuff. But honestly, I didn't really find myself coming into many issues where I needed to pay for anything really. It seems like it's actually not going to be that bad if you don't want to pay for anything. But again, their store isn't up. I don't know what all will be in it. Just as of right now, it doesn't seem that bad. And last but not least, I've seen the ending of The Last Guardian. I've seen a good chunk of the gameplay. I still don't like it, but I'm happy it's finally out, and I'm happy that it seems good for those people that really wanted to play it. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, and of course it was, spoilers, as depressing as you should have expected.
Yeah, I mean, we know everyone knows where that's going.
You'd be surprised.
If you didn't know, then
I was in a Twitch chat, and they did not see it coming, and I was just like, how didn't you see this coming? This is this team of people. This is what they do. They get you happy and they crush your dreams and hopes. So,
spoiler alert.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
very ambiguous spoilers.
Somewhat, yeah.
I was ambiguous about it. But, gentlemen, I think it's time for us to go ahead and jump over to
the news from nowhere.
I missed the button, but I hit it. It played. There we go. We're good to go. It's time for the news from nowhere. And if you're new to the show, usually we would all have 2 stories to go over. We read them over, talk about them, then move on to the next one, etc., etc. Rinse, wash, repeat until we're at 6. But today, since PSX happened, as I mentioned, we're going to just focus on PSX today. So let's go through these bit by bit. I guess kind of quick answer or lightning roundish kind of.
Sure.
Yeah, not like super fast, but keep in mind we have quite the list of things that they announced and revealed at PSX. But the first one was it's first I don't even know what that title means. We're gonna skip that one.
It's not in chronological order.
I didn't think it was. It's just that first article's title. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So we're just gonna skip that. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was announced though, and it's coming in 2017. And on top of that, they did port over Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to the PS4. So what do you guys think about this? I know neither of you are really fighting game fans, as I remember.
I'm not.
I'm a fan of these games.
Fan of these games. All right. Are you excited? I know I am.
Yeah, of course I'm excited. Like, I'm a big comic book geek, so that's enough to get me in the door on this. And so, I was stoked when I heard the rumors. It looks really pretty. And also, for those of you who watched the panel or watched the conference, MVP of the conference is that dude that was the most excited ever about the Marvel vs. Capcom games. You know what I'm talking about? There was one guy who was just fist pumping and shaking in the air.
Yes.
Who was just he was very happy about those games being announced.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I know a lot of people are kind of wary about what the system changes and everything. For anyone that doesn't know, Marvel vs. Capcom has been you have a team of 3 characters, and you have to wipe the whole other team before you can count yourself as winning the round. And they're changing it, so now you have 2 characters. They're bringing back the gem system, which changes your character stats from what is it, Capcom versus Tekken, which not very many people liked, and I think there's easy ways to fix it, but people are complaining still. But they are trying to focus for the on the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the Marvel side of the game characters. So roster, that's the word I'm looking for. So no X-Men is what's kind of the thing that's being said, which is unfortunate, but there you go. Now you know a little bit more about what's going on with this game. I'm still excited though. I can't play worth a damn, but I really want to see people beat each other up in this game. I can't wait till it's at Evo. That's my review of that.
Nice.
All right. Moving on to the next story. We're going to speed on through these when there's nothing else to be said. Wipeout Omega Collection is racing towards the PS4. Yes. Yes.
You a big Wipeout fan?
I don't even know if it's... I don't even know. I think it's just... I do enjoy Wipeout. I'm not like a huge fan. Like, I don't need to pick up every release, but I really do enjoy Wipeout. I can't even explain that. Any either of you gents happy to see this remastered collection happening?
I've dabbled with Wipeout in the past, and I'm not huge on racing games, but it kind of has always had a good formula and it's drawn me to it. So I'd be interested in playing this when it comes out. If there's nothing else to do around the time. That's probably my biggest caveat is like if I'm like just itching for a new game, then and I'm not getting any satisfaction in that regard. Yeah, probably.
I don't think that's going to be the case, unfortunately.
I don't think so either. But
what about you, Adam? You want to race in super features?
I am not really a racing game fan, but I'm happy for the people that this is meaningful for.
There we go. That's our review of Wipeout Omega Collection, racing to PS4. Excuse me, I'm choking on water. Next up, we had the Ace Combat 7 reveal. It was very pretty. There's VR support. I see a lot of people vomiting in the near future.
Well, I guess my question is, Adam, are you interested in Ace Combat 7 as our VR representative?
Potentially. I'd like to see what the review is on it first. But I could see, if it's something really cool. Was one thing I really kind of we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all plays out. But one thing that I thought was kind of cool, unlike something like, let's say, Eve Valkyrie, is it almost appeared that there was actually some kind of real story element to the game, even though it's like a game that's like primarily like dog fights. There seemed to be like scenes that indicated there's a story being told in between those fights, and so that caught my interest. And we need more stuff on VR, so I'm rooting for it.
Now, do you think the maneuvering is going to be a problem with VR? Mainly just like if you have to do not a barrel roll, because that's not what it's actually called. When you like spin flying in one place and spin instead of like doing a wide thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a turn, like not turning, but like
a barrel roll.
No, a barrel roll is when when your plane goes all the way
like
around.
This.
Spin and like you're flying and spinning in one place. Regardless,
like turning and going upside down and coming all the way back around.
Yeah, just like without going around. There we go.
I don't think so. I mean, like, I've played a variety of VR games. I can say that I've actually played stuff that gave me some mild discomfort, but I can tell you that I've played both Eve Valkyrie and I played Call of Duty, had a VR, a flight VR experience thing that they released for Infinite Warfare. I can say neither of those provided any discomfort.
Okay.
So sure. I wouldn't anticipate that I would feel differently about this. Really the only game I played so far that made me a little bit uncomfortable was actually Riggs, believe it or not.
I want to play that so badly.
It's fun. It's well put together, and it wasn't super pronounced, but yeah, it was there a little bit.
I can understand that. And the last question is, do you when you're playing VR, do you actually get imagine if you're in your jet, you're going extremely fast, you're picking up speed, would you actually feel that kind of in your stomach at all? Not queasiness necessarily, but just kind of, when you're on a roller coaster, you might take a dip or something and your stomach kind of
Yeah, I could say that I've played stuff that I think causes a little bit of that sensation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. I actually kind of like the sounds of that. I don't know why I like that feeling, but I do, and it's kind of cool to think that I could get that without having to, go to Six Flags or something.
Like really, VR. Like I said, like I've said before, like I said, I really think that VR is kind of impressive at tricking your senses.
Indeed,
Cool.
indeed. So, moving on, the first gameplay trailer was revealed for Crash Bandicoot Remastered Collection. He looks really freaking creepy. That's my opinion on that one.
Any Crash fans here?
No.
I am excited. I didn't really play them, but I was a Nintendo kid, so that's why. Because like when Bandicoot was out, I had my 64 at that time. So, but I kind of dig the aesthetic of Crash Bandicoot, and there's a pretty good chance that when this comes out, I'll probably pick it up to finally play them.
Sure. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's kind of a gap in my, not to bring up a topic from the show last week, but it is a gap in my gameplay library, and I would be interested to see what all the buzz is about, why everybody's kind of clamoring for Crash to come back, by checking this out.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it kind of falls under the Wipeout thing. I don't see myself getting it unless I'm just in a drought.
It's popular because if it's good enough for Nathan Drake, it's good enough for all of us.
I just my Naughty Dog history starts at Jak and Daxter.
Same here, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know there's a lot of people who are excited about this. I'm sure it's going to be really good, and however creepy Crash looks to me with realistic fur, and his face is just a thing of nightmares. But people are going to love this, I'm sure. And I heard it has a $40 price point, so that's pretty good. And
he kind of looks like a more sassy version of the Tasmanian Devil.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's definitely has more body, and it's not just mouth. So, oh my god, I would hate to see a realistic version of the Tasmanian Devil. Just his guts are spilling out of his mouth because it just goes all that far down. Oh god. So Resident Evil 7 got a demo update and a new trailer. Do I remember the trailer? I don't think I do, actually. Rip my commentary on that one. I don't remember. What did you gents think, if you actually remember the trailer?
There was rednecks and stuff. I remember that.
That sounds accurate.
I honestly didn't pay that much attention to it, mostly because I'm not the hugest Resident Evil fan, and I haven't even played the first demo, so the second demo wasn't really something that drew me in. Sorry, Chris. We love you.
I'm
Chris, I was just going to say, Chris commented on it, but go ahead, Adam.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I'm far more interested in this than, let's say, any of the last however many Resident Evils, because I kind of dug the original concept of Resident Evil because it's kind of like a horror, it's like a horror game. This looks more like a horror game, but somewhere along the lines, I felt like Resident Evil became this weird sci-fi tech pile of shit.
Third-person shooter.
Yeah, and so it's kind of cool to see maybe it's going back. I guess not to its roots, because to be fair, this looks like this is going to be something completely different than the original Resident Evil games. This does not look like the same thing, but I am curious to see what it is exactly. Still haven't played the demo for my VR headset. I just can't bring myself to do it quite yet, and nobody else wants to either. We're like, oh yeah, somebody should play that, and nobody actually wants to be the one to play it. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to just kind of nut up and actually play it in VR when it comes out. We'll see. No promises.
I think all you really need to do is just get some friends together, get some drinks in you, and then just have them sit around you and just you play. There you go. But yeah, actually, I don't remember the trailer, but I do remember the demo. I was watching a streamer play it, and it did answer one of my questions. All the stuff that I'd seen so far in the first demo, in the promotional material, it all seemed like it was just humans. Like, it literally just seemed like it was a group of backwater, rednecks who had captured this person. And I was just thinking, I was questioning, I'm like, where are they going with this? I haven't seen any zombies. I've seen creepy stuff, but nothing that actually looks like all that supernatural. And in the new demo, there's definitely something that looks all that supernatural. So I guess that kind of answered my questions of what the monsters are going to be like. It was a very toothy monster. Lots of sharp teeth.
Yeah, like the first trailer smacked more of Deliverance than it did Resident Evil.
Yeah. Very good comparison. Squealing pigs, all that good stuff. But what else happened was Dreadnought happened, and there was a trailer for Dreadnought at PSX that is going to be coming to PS4 in 2017. If you don't know what Dreadnought is, that was a game that I don't believe it's out yet, but it was mainly being touted for PC. You play as ships, I guess, in big space battles. There's lots of different classes of ships, whether it's like a Corsair, which is quick and speedy, or a Dreadnought, which is huge and has lots of guns. So yeah, it's a space battle. Well, not strictly space, but it is a ship-to-ship battle game. 3D maneuvering and all that good stuff. It looks really interesting, actually. Usually stuff like that wouldn't catch my attention, but this one, I was like, I'm probably never going to play this, but I wouldn't be opposed if one of my friends was like, hey, you want to play some Dreadnought? And I was like, hey, yeah, I'll play some Dreadnought. What do you guys think of this? Have you looked into this at all?
Yeah, I mean, the trailer didn't excite me too much. Generally, like, these kinds of games don't. I've tried them on a couple of occasions, but, like, just something about, like, the space combat thing just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. I generally like playing games, probably is my thing, that have like an actual avatar, that like a humanoid avatar rather than just like a ship or like a car or something like that. So that's probably part of my problem. But yeah, I was kind of meh on it.
Adam, you got any opinions?
Meh.
All right, then, moving on. Parappa the Rapper, Patapon, and Loco Roco are getting remastered for the PS4. That's kind of cool. Patapon.
I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Myles.
No, Patapon A. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I missed Parappa the Rapper back when I was a kid. It was one that I always saw, and I was like, that looks stupid. Why would I get that? And like the more and more I hear about it now, it sounds like it'd be a really fun game. So I'm excited to go back to that. Never played Patapon again. I hear very good things about it. Loco Roco, sure.
There you go. Adam, you got any opinions on that one?
I think this is all cool. Like, I definitely, at very least, will be picking up Parappa the Rapper, because I'd love to play that again. Honestly, I might very well pick up the other two as well, because I've dabbled a little bit, but it feels like it might be good just as a Sony fan to go back and visit some of that stuff. They did a really good job at this conference. Just like, basically, this was a conference for Sony fans, and they really kind of nailed it.
Very true. Very true. Personally, Patapon's the most exciting one in there. I probably won't pick it up though, just because I've come to accept that I'm not a fan of alternate control schemes in video games. So if that is entering in beats, which I can easily forget or mess up, and then end up losing my characters because they get killed because I messed up a beat, that's probably not something for me. So I love the idea of Patapon, but I'm probably not going to ever play it or finish it, I should say.
So I'm going to hop in real quick. Do we want to maybe bump this next one down the line?
That was kind of what I was wondering too.
Yeah, it should probably be the last thing.
Oh, the last thing you said.
In the list. Yeah, that.
See what you did there. All right, yeah, just remind me to come back to it then.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I don't think Jordan's
I don't think we're going to miss it.
I don't know, man. I could. Lara Croft Go, Let It Die, Mother Russia Bleeds, and more were made available today, being that day, on PlayStation devices. Let It Die is fun. It's free. You have no reason not to try it out. That's my review for that one. And as for the other ones, Lara Croft Go, I've heard is amazing. I don't know anything about Mother Russia Bleeds, and I don't know what else was on this list. So you all talk while I click this button.
So I'm interested in Lara Croft Go.
Okay, go.
I'm interested in Lara Croft Go. But one thing that keeps confusing me is that they keep using like the old Lara Croft model.
Yeah.
Like they keep using the old avatar, and I don't know why. Like I understand that like maybe from the perspective of like the Lara Croft Go game, like seeing Lara Croft in that like outfit and like that character model is more recognizable. But why wouldn't you try to make the new Lara Croft more recognizable by putting her in more games? Like they did the same thing with Temple of Osiris, which came out after the 2013 Lara Croft game, and now they're doing it with Lara Croft Go, and it's just confusing the shit out of me.
Well,
that's my 2 cents on Lara Croft Go. Looks fun, but it's confusing me why they're doing that.
2 words: shorts. I'm kidding. I have no idea why they're doing that.
I was hoping we'd move past that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're never gonna move past that. Everyone's gonna remember that forever. Anyway, just
sorry, Adam. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say this is cool. I actually really kind of want to play Mother Russia Bleeds. I've seen, I've seen stuff on it for a while. It's been awful. It's popped up during like sizzle reels, I'm pretty sure, at E3 for like indie games. It just looks like really goofy and over the top. And Lara Croft Go sounds really fun too. These are both games that I'd potentially pick up in the future, and it's really cool that they just kind of dropped them.
Yeah. Just so I've covered all my bases, the other games that were released that day are, well, I'll just say the whole list. Let It Die, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mother Russia Bleeds, Garou, Mark of the Wolves, which is a fighting game, Surgeon Simulator for PSVR, and Lara Croft Go for PS4 and Vita. And I should have said what those were dropping for, but everything but the last 2 were for PS4 only. So there you go.
I will likely also pick up Surgeon Simulator VR. That sounds like that's going to be disturbing fun.
Yeah, it seems like you can't not if you're going to be playing VR. Probably not going to pick up any of those just because the 2 most interesting games to me were, well, I can't, I'm lying. I picked up Let It Die. The other interesting games to me were Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which I already know I suck at, so there's no point in me doing that. And Garou, Mark of the Wolves is it's another fighting game, but again, I acknowledge that I suck at fighting games, and pretty much the only ones that I will probably ever pick up in the future will be Injustice and Mortal Kombat, because those are nostalgic, or I just really like comic books, and etc., etc. But moving on from that, the PlayStation 4. Whoo, Knack 2, y'all. I don't know who was asking for that, but there you go. You finally got your wish.
It was a super underwhelming gameplay trailer too. Like, yep. I was getting more into the music that I already knew, and actually don't even really like that song more than I was of the actual gameplay. I don't know why they're doing this.
I could literally hear like the kind of funny fan base orgasm the second that they brought that up. That's who wants that game. Yeah. It's kind of like the kind of funny people.
Do they actually want it, or is it like a joke? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think it's the same. It's the same thing as like bringing Rash to Killer Instinct. No one really wanted it. Everyone joked about it because he's from Battletoads, but no one actually wanted it. It's like people voting Harambe for president. No one actually wanted it. It's a joke.
Oh, I think that would probably be a suitable alternative.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
Let's not get there. Let's not go there.
I don't disagree, but we're not going to talk about that.
All right. We'll keep on moving, but
yeah, Knack 2. The trailer will look like Knack 1, except for there's a blue Knack now.
It's a blue Knack, you guys.
Yeah, because that's the only problem the game had.
See, that's the problem in this day and age when you're trying to be funny and ironic, is that there's a good chance that people won't get the fact that you're trying to be ironic.
Yeah. So there you go. Everyone who was on the PlayStation forums asking for Knack 2 as a joke, good on you. You wasted so much time.
Nice.
We've already mentioned this so many times. Also, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is available on PS3 or PS4 today. There you go. MLB The Show 17 gets retro mode. I have no idea what that means because I don't like baseball and I don't like baseball games. So
looks like a Super Nintendo game.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool actually. But all right, moving on. Okay, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. They had a very long trailer for it. Gameplay trailer, of course. It's pretty, and they brought Chloe back. That's Chloe, right?
Yep.
Okay, they brought Chloe back. There we go. That's what I have to say about that because I don't know anything about that series.
Yeah, I like that they decided to reintroduce Chloe. A lot of people were kind of upset that she wasn't in 3 or 4. She wasn't in 3, was she? I don't think she was. I think she's been gone since 2. But she was kind of a fan favorite from 2. I really liked her. And I really liked Nadine in 4. So I'm glad to see that both of them are kind of getting a relationship built between the two of them. It appears to be a prequel. I think they've said that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see an Uncharted game without Nathan Drake in it, honestly.
What's the point then?
I don't know. It's gonna have a different character, like a different mood to it in some way. Like if it's not about him and he's not cracking all his jokes like someone else has to, and it's gonna allow a different character in the universe to get more character development.
All right.
I'm into it.
I was like minorly surprised. I was among the people who thought that the DLC was going to probably feature Sam. But I don't think. But like, surprise doesn't mean I don't think this is a good idea. This is cool. Like, let's use some other characters from the universe and let's give them a shot to tell their own story. I'll definitely check it out.
All right. I guess my only review / critique of the thing was thought it went a little long because there were some parts that I feel like it was there was a few unnecessary parts that were just going like, are you just trying to make this last longer or what? But I mean, it was very pretty. It looked like Uncharted, and I don't know what else to actually say about that. Nier Automata arrives. Automata. Tomato. Huh? Automata? Okay. Arrives in March. Day 1 and Black Box Edition details revealed. Let's open that link so we can know exactly what that means. So, the Black Box Edition bonus goodies such as a Yora 2B figure, a 64-page hardcover art book, a steel bookcase featuring art book from Akihiko Yoshida, who's behind Final Fantasy, that's 14, and Bravely Default, a soundtrack including 13 live recorded songs from both Nier and Nier Automata, and all Day 1 edition digital content. Is there anything else I need to actually read? The Black Box Edition is going to be $190. And is exclusive to PS4, and the Day 1 edition is $60, and I guess is not exclusive. The Day 1 edition has additional digital content, including a machine mask accessory, Grimoire Weiss pod, play system pod skin, retro pod skins in red and gray, and a cardboard pod skin. I assume the pods are, if you've looked at this game, you have little floating robots around your head, so that's probably it's probably what the pods are. This game looks pretty cool. Looks very... I think it's an interesting mix of 3D action and like bullet hell gameplay. So that's not for me at all because I hate bullet hells. But, and I say that and I play Binding of Isaac. But it's not for me, but it's going to be interesting to watch someone who actually is good at that kind of stuff play it. Are either of you actually interested in this?
Yeah, actually, after this, I was. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to say, tell me anything about the Nier series because I don't know anything about it.
I can't. Is that the one with Is that the one with the book from the first game and the transgender person?
I don't know anything about the Nier series either. This is actually the first time that I've really taken a good look at this game. Seeing the trailer at PSX, and it's real pretty. Like the combat looks awesome, and like that's the thing that really drew me to it. Like I don't know how good the gameplay is actually going to be, but it looks great. Just the way that like weapons remained in place after the sword had already like struck down and stuff like that was really, really impressive looking. And it just looked like it would be a fun game to look at, which is something that I like to do when I'm playing my games.
So what type of game is it exactly? Is it like...
I believe it's an RPG, like an action RPG.
Okay, an action RPG, okay.
With bullet hell elements.
Yep.
That might be interesting.
Yeah. And yes, I was correct. It is the one with the book and the guy that looks like he's some kind of mixture of a samurai and a gladiator. And there is a woman wearing lingerie and has a lot of wraps on that happens to be transgender. There you go. That's the first Nier. This is Nier Automata's sequel. That's the first Nier. I have no idea how they connect, but there you go. Google is your friend. But beyond that, moving on to the next story, I need to go back and open something so I don't forget about it, even though I'm pretty sure someone wouldn't let me forget about it. Housemarque and Eugene Jarvis team up for Nex Machina. NEX Machina. Very... Nier Automata Nex Machina? Nier Machina Nex Automata?
Yeah, no, you're getting it right. You got it.
I know, I'm saying they just have very similar names.
Oh.
So this one's a story about humanity. They've gone very far, not very far in the future, but they're very technologically kind of ingrained. There's robots and such. It seems from the trailer that those robots getting pissed off because they keep getting kicked. They're having trash thrown at them because people are douches.
They don't like people littering, apparently.
Well, to be fair, that littering was literally she threw a cup at the robot.
It just kind of looked like he threw it over his shoulder. I mean, it seems like a misunderstanding to me. But we gotta go blow them all up, apparently.
Yeah, he was also cleaning, wasn't he? Wasn't he sweeping and she threw the cup? Regardless, robots are getting angry at humans because humans are dirty, filthy flesh bags that need to be gotten rid of, and they have blue eyes and they turn red to very blatantly tell you the robot's angry because that's a feature somebody thought was necessary to build in. Regardless, this is from Housemarque, so it's probably going to be amazing. All my jokes aside.
It looks very much like a Housemarque game.
Yep. Adam?
Looks pretty. Game doesn't actually seem like my type of game, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not into twin stick shooters, if you're not some kind of person who enjoys Dead Nation or Alien Nation or something like that, then this isn't gonna really be for you.
Spoilers. Jordan just used 2 Housemarque games to describe twin stick shooters, so if you didn't like those, you probably definitely won't like another Housemarque twin stick shooter. Yeah, that's kind of Housemarque's bread and butter at this point. What happened to that other game that they were supposed to be coming out with? Matterfall, yeah.
Apparently still working on it.
Okay, I guess they're big enough to work on 2 things at once, which is pretty cool. So moving on to something that's gonna excite somebody that's in this room. Room being metaphysical, not actually in my room. Danganronpa version 3 Killing Harmony coming in 2017.
Yay! Woo!
There we go.
I mean, it was gonna come to the U.S., so it wasn't exactly a shock. But yeah, it was cool to see it get a place during the PSX showcase. I was definitely stoked.
Yeah, it's definitely building in popularity, which I still haven't played it. I still know very little about it, but I can respect that. It's nice to see titles from overseas that are coming over and being able to get popular after. I feel like there was a few years of not a drought, but a few years of a flood of a bunch of things that came over from Japan that flopped hard, and I feel like I guess it's time where things are coming back, and they're yeah, we're not that, we're actually good, so come on, play us, we're cool. So yeah, that's good.
You excited for those Monokuma Cubs?
Yeah, it's I get a very Koopa Kids vibe from it, which Danganronpa is a fairly self-aware game, so it wouldn't shock me if that kind of the point.
So I see that one of them is a Kiss Monokuma bear.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Are we talking about the same one? The one blue?
Yep, the one with the star eyes.
Yep. And then there's a robot one, which raises questions about biology and how that works in their universe. But
it might be just armor.
So for those of us in the room who've actually played Danganronpa 2, that's me and I think Jesus, basically. It definitely throws back to something a little bit. So I'm curious to see what they explain.
There we go. Ambiguous. First gameplay of Akuma in Street Fighter V. Release date shown at PlayStation Experience. I don't know why they wouldn't just... Okay. Anyway, yeah, Akuma's coming to Street Fighter V. I'm always excited to see new fighting game stuff because that means Evo is going to be different next time it comes around. Akuma looks really freaking weird in this though because his hair is not tied back and it looks wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah, that's my review of that. And moving on, since there aren't very many fighting games in this room, I don't want to say that. Ni no Kuni 2 is a thing, and it's coming out in 2017. They had a trailer for it. It's very pretty, and you're building a kingdom, and your character's a cute little thing that has animal ears and stuff, and I'm probably going to play it, because Ni no Kuni 1 looked really cool when I watched it, and I missed out on it, and I am happy to have a chance to play one of them since I don't have a PS3.
You can also play the original on PlayStation Now.
That is a good idea, and if I feel like renting it, I will.
Yeah, if I had like a week off from work, that actually would be a thing.
Because I think I might actually do it because I didn't get very far into Ni no Kuni, and I kind of regret it. You know, even though I'm not a traditional JRPG fan, like the game is so pretty, and like the story from when I played of it was so great that it's just like I kind of kicked myself that I never got through it. So I kind of feel like I probably have to go through it so that I can play this one.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni was one that I missed as well. It was something like I love Studio Ghibli, and it was something that I saw and found out that Studio Ghibli was involved in it too late. And I don't even have a chance to go back to it now, except for apparently PlayStation Now. But I gotta say that after seeing this trailer, and every time I've been seeing the game, and I've been hoping it gets better, but like I cannot handle the dubbing. I don't like the voice acting in this game. So I'm kind of hoping there'll be like a dual audio option or something like that.
I imagine there will be, probably. But you know what's exciting to everyone, because everyone knew what this was, and it definitely wasn't something that was maybe a little bit too deep of a cut, and no one who was in the audience.
I know what this was, and I was
You're dating yourself, Adam.
I was legitimately excited about this announcement.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. This seems like, honestly, I really enjoyed the Super Dodgeball game that came out on Game Boy Advance back in the day. So I would probably really enjoy this. But Neo Geo cult favorite Windjammers gets reborn on PS4 and Vita. It actually looks really fun, even though I have no freaking clue. I did not know. You know.
I remember as a young lad going and with like the family to Pizza Hut and playing this at the Pizza Hut back when Pizza Hut had updates. So I am actually a legit fan of this game. Every time I've heard that Neo Geo was releasing stuff for for PlayStation, always gone and looked, always disappointed because this was a game I was looking for. So believe it or not, I am like that 1%. I am the guy that they were shooting for with that announcement. Because I will totally get that game, and I'm totally stoked to play it again.
Well, damn, this game does look fun.
Yeah, it looks legitimately fun. Like I said, throwing dodgeballs and top down was really fun. So I imagine this would be. But yeah, it's cool to see. I guess something that is from before my time, and they're like, "Hey, here it is for the modern ages."
It kind of looks like almost like an air hockey game, but like with like characters. Like you actually have to like grab, and you have some control over where you throw it.
Yeah, it's basically a game where you're chucking a frisbee at your opponent's goal really fast, and then you can like grab the frisbee and power up and do like power throws and stuff. It's basically, you're right. It's basically like air hockey or Pong or something like that, just like dressed up in this competitive frisbee motif.
It's cool.
All right, sorry, I was sending an email. Text message. Okay, moving on. GT Sport might be the most realistic looking racer to date. That's pretty much what every single racer gets to say when they first release footage. But it did look really realistic.
Yeah,
moving
amazing
on.
Game.
Yeah. Excuse me. There was a new trailer for Neo. I don't even remember it, honestly. I think it was a little bit of a story trailer and a bit of gameplay, I guess. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Good enough. Any opinions on it?
It's kind of sort of on my radar because it is like it's Team Ninja, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Team Ninja's borrowed a lot of like Souls elements for this game, and so I played like the demo, and the demo showed some promise. So I think this might be one I might wait for some reviews on, but I could potentially be interested.
I heard good things. I'll say at least that. I heard good things about the demo. I heard that they actually took, information that they were given from the response to the demo and actually applied those changes. So that's really good, in my opinion. But
that's respectable.
Yeah. Excuse me. Moving on, though, because there's actually a lot of stuff that we have left.
That's not much.
It's not much.
It looks like it's more than it actually is.
It's a lot if you think of, we're supposed to have 15 more minutes. Actually, 10 more minutes.
We'll be fine.
Ys Origins is coming to PS4 and Vita. I think it's a remaster of some of the Ys games. If you don't know what Ys is, it's the YS game, that RPG. So, there you go. Comments? PlayStation Experience... More footage of The Last Guardian. Guess what? It's out. I know what the ending is. You can find out, too. It's probably on YouTube. Any thoughts? Okay. If anyone's wondering why I'm doing this with my hand, it's because they're above me in my Skype window, not down and to my right. So I'm not insane. I'm actually doing this for a reason.
I have to point out, Jesus knows what Windjammers is. So
there you go. And he's younger than I am. So I think I'm the youngest one in this Skype call. So there you go. Lost my place. There it is. What's next? Sega welcomes 2 new Yakuza games to the family. They're bringing them over. Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 6? I don't follow the Yakuza games.
That sounds right,
yeah. Somebody plays them, obviously.
Yep. They got a following they got a following here in the States, so it's always good to see people get what they're loving and more of that. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. Latest Horizon Zero Dawn trailer showcases more exotic mechanical beasts. They looked cool, and I'm still hyped for this game, and I probably don't actually need to see anything more else about it, but it was cool. Alright, PSX's Gravity Rush 2 trailer highlights Raven-focused DLC, and they got a horrible response from the audience, honestly. It sounded like it was a response worse than Knack 2, which was kind of impressive. So, I'm sure it'll be great because it is Gravity Rush. But you'll be playing as the character Raven in DLC, and maybe you're more excited than the people who are in the audience were. Street Fighter V Season 2 will bring 5 original characters to the Street Fighter universe. I don't even remember that getting announced. That's pretty awesome though. Sounds cool.
I think we're getting more into the panel stuff now. So
okay, well we'll go ahead and speed through these. That's okay. Yeah, I already mentioned that. The Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite stuff. Atlas unveils Persona 5 story trailer, digital pre-order bonus detailed. Sparrow Racing and Destiny and the Dawning event. I don't even know what that is because I don't like that game anymore. Knack 2 is... Okay, that's an opinion. Cowboys Battle Dinosaurs and PlayStation VR's Dino Frontier.
I missed that somehow.
Yeah, I don't... That sounds like Ark to me, so... Yeah.
I thought their sizzle reels were kind of problematic because they just kind of jammed a bunch of stuff together really quickly without differentiating or separating them. And so I didn't really know what I was seeing.
Yeah. Hands-on impressions with Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I can't speak. Nidhogg 2's gameplay justifies its art style. I don't know how that can possibly happen because that art style is atrocious. And then there's panels. So yeah, that's generally the stuff. That's the meat of what happened and what was revealed and what they had to show. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that you two said you wouldn't let me forget. The last thing is that Ellie and Joel return in The Last of Us Part 2. Maybe there's a theory going around that I actually like.
I don't think that's true. Okay, all right.
Good.
So, so where do we want to start with this? I don't know. I got really excited about this. I thought about it all weekend. And every time I see something that's even refers to the trailer, I get super excited and want to watch the trailer again. Song's really good. Yeah. I really like the song. I went and listened to the original. Sean James' version is good. I like Ashley Johnson's more. But I mean, I don't think. Okay, so the Miles's fan theory that I think he's referring to is that Joel is dead.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, like, if you haven't played The Last of Us, there's going to be spoilers that we're going to. There are going to be spoilers.
Deal with it. It's been 4 years.
Yeah. Yep. So I like the story of them having like I like the story being about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the first game, as Neil Druckmann has said, is about love, and the second game is about hate.
Mm-hmm.
Then I like the first game story being about the love growing between these two characters, and the second story becoming about how they've grown apart.
All right.
And I feel like, while it's still possible to do while Joel is dead, I feel like it would be less powerful.
So let's actually divulge what the fan theory is. There's a theory in so many words, maybe not this specific, but the one I've heard is that essentially Joel and Ellie have been living, happily in however many years it's been since the first game, considering that Ellie has aged, and that essentially Ellie's, or their, whether it was a homestead, whether it was just them or a group of people, they got attacked and everyone died, or mostly everyone but Ellie died. Joel was unfortunately one of them, and that when you see him in the trailer, since he doesn't really look aged or damaged at all, it's kind of like questioning where was he when she was killing this house of people, presumably. And the question is, that's what raised the question of, is he still alive? So he's popped up. This is like a figment of her imagination, essentially, and that he's dead, and this is, it was just kind of like that tipping point where he was a manifestation of her subconscious asking her, what you gonna do now that, the Fireflies presumably came up in here, wrecked your stuff, killed your people, and all that, and she's like, I'm gonna kill him. So that's the fan theory. There you go.
Adam, what do you think? Are you excited for the new Last of Us?
Yeah, I'm excited. I really enjoyed the game. I didn't overwhelmingly fall in love with it as much as a lot of people did, because to me, like, this is like the video game version of Oscar bait a little bit.
Sure.
But I really, it was a really good game. Like, there's no doubt about it. I thought it was adorable. Like all the people who took to Facebook right away afterwards, going like, "Oh man, Last of Us 2 2017 is gonna have the best games." It's like, yeah, we're not getting this game for a while.
Do you have on that topic? Do you have a prediction on when it's gonna come out?
I'm gonna say 2018.
Yeah, I think
Say
fall
that.
2018. Yeah.
But I think that Joel's probably alive. I have a feeling it seems like the most interesting through line is to kind of address kind of the lie that's now at the center of their relationship.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's where things are going to go. That it's going to turn out the plot twist is that this is actually all a dream in Knack's head.
Oh God, that
The
would
Knack
make me
too.
that would make me so happy and so angry at the same time. I'm not even gonna play this, but it'll piss me off.
But it won't be revealed until The Last Guardian 2.
Jesus Christ. I would give it that The Last Guardian, watching it was actually not that bad. I was actually a little bit invested, and inevitably, when the thing that I've been saying was going to happen for a while possibly happened. And don't cry. It's hard to talk about this without spoilers. Something bad.
I'm waiting for the downpour.
I didn't spoil it though, because I wasn't absolutely correct. Something bad happens, and at that point, I did have that moment in my stomach where I'm like, "Oh, this actually makes me feel bad." Yeah, so that they got me there. I still don't want to play it, and I'm still gonna be so happy when it's like a few weeks old and no one's streaming it anymore. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Last of Us.
So kind of on the topic of games that Miles doesn't play, are you at all interested in playing The Last of Us Part 2?
Kinda. I mean, I was interested in the first one. I just saw the ending, and that kind of took the wind out of my sails.
That's why I was asking though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. As long as I don't see the ending too early, I'll probably play it. So yeah, that's my review of that. There you go. So, we're going to go ahead. It's now the time where we should be in it. We're going to quick fire these off. There were other stories. I feel like we should at least mention them. Crossplay title Games of Glory is coming to Steam and PS4. Danganronpa 3 announced for US. We already talked about that, I think. There's something that's on this list that we're going to be talking about in a minute, so I'm going to hold off on that. Square cuts off a website over review. I don't know the details on that, but I'm sure you can look it up. Hellblade was delayed, unfortunately. Free PS Plus games for December were announced. I don't remember what they are. Assassin's Creed 3 is free next month from Origin. Origin? Is that right? No.
So.
Yes.
No, that's no.
EA.
That's
EA. There we go. Ark Survival Evolved is finally heading to the PS4. Details on Nintendo and Universal theme parks have been revealed. Guess what? Nintendo's working with Universal theme parks to make a theme park. There you go. No Man's Sky is cleared of accusations of misleading players. Former Blizzard and BioWare devs revealed Dauntless, which is a free-to-play Monster Hunter-esque game, and remastered Bulletstorm confirmed. Why the god did they remaster it when they could have just made two? And there was probably more news that happened yesterday and today. I just honestly did not check on it because I knew that we were talking about PSX. And no, we're not. We are skipping the Thought from Nowhere this week, but we are not skipping the Reedus Feetus Quote of the show that's not actually a quote anymore because there was something amazing that happened in his new Death Stranding trailer. Yeah, that happened at the Game Awards, which is why it was not included in the PSX discussion. But yes, there was a new Death Stranding trailer. It was like a movie. It had Guillermo del Toro. It had Mads Mikkelsen. It didn't have Reedus Fetus, but he might as well.
It potentially had the fetus.
It potentially had the fetus.
Yeah, almost. I mean, well, our fetus at least.
Ooh, maybe Guillermo del Toro stole Reedus' fetus, and that's why in the video when he's hugging it, it disappears. Because Guillermo del Toro was just like, "This is mine now." I don't know how to do his accent, but he just
He came up with like a pickle jar and stuck the fetus in the pickle jar and then made its way out.
Yeah. If this sounds absolutely insane to you, that's because it is so far absolutely insane because we still don't know anything about what's going on here, except for that it looks like it should be a movie and not a video game.
Right.
However, I can say that this trailer made me actually legitimately interested, and I actually want to play it. And even though I don't know what's happening.
And Mads Mikkelsen is in it.
Yeah, and he's got the black stuff in his eyes because apparently that's how people tell you he's evil.
But sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, the black stuff receded when he stopped using his powers with his umbilical cord skeleton soldiers. This sounds insane.
So then, he had like black stuff in his eye in this trailer. If I remember right, he had black stuff in his eye in like Doctor Strange. Are they the same character?
Yep. It's actually Caecilius before he becomes Caecilius. This is what leads up to he's a broken man.
Is Kojima making a Doctor Strange game? Is that really what we're being led towards?
Oh my god. The next trailer is going to have Benedict Cumberbatch in
it. So ropes definitely confirmed, though. I saw a lot of ropes.
Yes. I think those are ropes, actually.
But no sticks. Well, I mean, I think they're supposed to be like when he said ropes. I think he meant like.
Yeah, that's what he meant. But those aren't ropes. They're
ropes.
Technological umbilical cords, good sir.
But Jordan, there were like soldiers with guns. Aren't guns just like evolved sticks?
Yeah, guns aren't allowed though. He said no guns. I don't know why those weren't guns. Those weren't guns.
They were
sticks.
They were rope shooters.
They were painted sticks. To look like guns.
Very elaborate sticks.
Yeah, this trailer did not answer any questions beyond the fact that I guess it answered the question of is that rumor of Mads Mikkelsen being in it true? Yes, Mads Mikkelsen is in it. And that was pretty much the only question it answered. It actually rose more questions.
So there's one thing that's going around right now, and I don't know if it's just IGN's covering it this way, but I happen to agree with it. So the it's like all the crabs and like all the water and like there's like the shit hanging off the tank as it was going by and stuff like that.
I think that was coming out of the tank.
Sure.
I mean, that's just an observation.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like it was kind of all over the place. But I was going to say that, there was a lot of the things that are being incorporated into this game are things that came out of his Silent Hills relationships. So like Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro, Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know if he was involved in Silent Hills or anything. I don't know how that relationship came about, but
probably saw
another
Silent
relationship.
Hills.
Huh?
he probably saw all the stuff that was going on with Silent Hills. He was like, well, I don't have anything to do after, I get done playing Caecilius. Just slap some black stuff on my eyes. I'll do something for the game.
I won't even take the makeup off.
Yeah, he just walked in one day and Kojima was just like, that is wonderful.
But anyways, no, one of the other relationships that he developed, and someone who was going to be very influential in the development of Silent Hills, was Junji Ito. He's a horror manga artist and writer. And they were going to be using a lot of his stuff as inspiration. If you don't know who Junji Ito is, he wrote and drew Uzumaki. Is probably his most famous, which is basically about a town that gets cursed by a spiral. It sounds really weird, but it's really good. The other one that he did most famously is called Gyo, which is about fish, or basically fish or water life that somehow get spider legs and start crawling out of the ocean and attacking people. And a lot of people are saying that there may be some homages to that in this game with all the crabs and everything, and all the water elements.
Now, did he make the I don't remember the name of it, but the one that was it's essentially a mountain gets shattered and there's a bunch of inside of it. There's a bunch of tunnels that were human shaped and okay, all right. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, he has a lot of shorter ones too. A lot of short manga stories. And one of them is basically this guy goes up into a mountain and there are people who are drawn to this mountain that split in half basically, and on the inside of it there are all these tunnels that are the shape of people, and people start realizing that it matches their shape perfectly, and they start going into it. It's interesting.
Yep, it was a very good read, quick and short, and honestly it didn't creep me out all that much, but it was just I can see how this could bother someone.
Yeah, Uzumaki gets really creepy. Yo, I don't think it's as good. Uzumaki is more a good horror story, and Gyo is a better story in general, a more well-rounded plot. But I highly recommend Junji Ito. I really, really like him.
And there we go. That's what this trailer taught us. Japan is still the master at horror stuff, because if you haven't seen Black Ghost, White Ghost, you should go watch Black Ghost, White Ghost. But yeah, so that trailer happened. You should definitely go watch it. I've honestly seen it 3 times. I legitimately enjoyed watching it. It's really pretty, and I have no idea what's happening, but it is kind of cool. So, yeah. So, that has been this week's MONG podcast. Again, this is episode 147, the one about PlayStation's Experience 2016. It'll be up soon, hopefully, on YouTube and all that good stuff. But moving on, our schedule, as you can see down there in the corner, I think it's actually correct, is that we record on Tuesday nights and release about an hour later once I get everything all edited and all that good stuff. You can email us at contact.mong@gmail.com. That's where you can send your thoughts from nowheres if you have questions for us or whatever else. We'd love to hear from you. We love our fans. And you can also find us at the Mong Twitter account, at mong.com. That's where everything goes up. So if anything goes up on the website, whether that's a news piece, editorial, a review, if a video goes up on YouTube, you will get an alert for it, or you'll see it when you swipe through your Twitter page, however that works for you. You can also find us on YouTube at Mong Network and Middle of Nowhere Gaming Plays. Mong Network is for podcasts, Middle of Nowhere Gaming Plays is for Middle of Nowhere Gaming and Playing. Twitch channel, which is where you should be when we're live and recording and all that good stuff, is Mong Plays. So yeah, twitch.tv/Mong Plays. Come in here, chat with we've actually had a really active chat tonight, and I like that. You can also find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. Just look up Middle of Nowhere Gaming or Mong. You'll probably find us that way. And check out our website, of course, which is middleofnowheregaming.com. That's where everything is. That's the hub. That's where the life, that's where the heart is. It beats and it's creepy and stuff. I don't know. And if you want to be awesome, and help us keep the lights on, because having that creepy living beating website heart is not free. You can find us on Patreon. Look up Middle of Nowhere Gaming. There's tiers and all that good stuff, and anything you could donate would be helpful. And if you can't, that's cool too. Just check out the website and all that good stuff. And also, you can make someone in this call drink a bottle of ketchup, because as far as I know, they have yet to change it. So get in there before you can change it. And last but not least, of course, our Twitter handles. If you're looking for us specifically, the hosts of the show, I am Furious Milk. Adam is
fanboy_Adam,
and Jordan is
Magical Boiler.
There you go, people. And if you for some reason can't spell any of those, just look at the YouTube video. They're up constantly. That's not even a strike at you, right? I don't know, man. We have like kind of weird names. Furious Milk, Fanboy_Adam. That one's not really weird, but there's an underscore in there. Someone could forget it. And Magical Boiler,
That's totally easy to know how to spell if you know how to spell, like, with a 4th grade education.
What if they think you're using magic like they do in like Elder Scrolls, where it ends with a K? Got you. Yes, it's been a great show. Thank you all very much for listening. Until next time.
Good night and good week.
It's ropes and sticks.
I don't have an intro. Intro? No,
It's
I don't have an outro.
It's an outro.
Yeah, that's it.